What is up, everybody? My name is Mr. Filthy, and this is WWE Breakdowns. We're about to go over the Raw of July 20th, 2026 in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, what? No, just playing.
Eminem totally came out and choke slammed everyone.
Bro, but freaking beast, Savage. Like, when he picked up Obafemi, I was like, no. Just kidding. But that would be epic if it did happen. But, so before we go over, they did show that Nick Aldis is going to be fighting Gunther at SummerSlam, and I'm excited.
Did he shave his head, or is that just a picture I've been seeing?
Who?
Nick Aldis?
Maybe he did. I'm not sure. I haven't noticed that he looked any different, but then again,
I saw a picture yesterday of him, and he looked like, or a video that looked more recent than not, where he had like no hair.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't think it was
Photoshop?
on a show or anything like that, but it looked like a backstage photo or some shit.
Oh, Saturday night's main event, he still looked like he had hair.
Alright.
I don't know. Also, for those of you who are football fans, apparently Tom Brady is in talks with the company about having a match with Dom. So, yeah.
We don't need it.
We don't, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. Anyway, back to the show tonight, which kicked off with Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus The Vision. I mean, you guys know how this goes. You're putting two guys who fly around the ring against somebody with Braun Breaker on their team.
This is true.
Braun Breaker runs through people that bounce around the ring.
Well, he usually bounces them around the ring, realistically, but...
Yeah, well, until he hits that 25-mile-per-hour spear and literally cuts them in half like a chainsaw.
It'll just Rey Mysterio, like, Big Show fight him. Those fights were kind of brutal.
I would like to see him fight someone like Big Show. Like, it'd be a change of pace to see someone bigger than him. Well, I guess that's kind of what it was like with Otis, isn't it?
Yeah, but Otis is like mid-card.
Well, now that he's tag team champion, he's kind of relegated to the mid-card. Right? Or, well, I guess tag champ could be main event. If you're Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Usos.
This is true. Did they main event anything? Like pay-per-view?
Yeah, they main evented at WrestleMania. I think night one of like WrestleMania 39. I think it was.
Right. I thought it was like co-main.
No, it was. No, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the first night of one of the WrestleManias. I don't remember which one. But if it was that one, it would make sense because. Well, no. But no, it was WrestleMania 41. So yeah, maybe it was 39. I don't know. Running through things in my head here. Anyway, Javon Evans and Dragon Lee take them out before the match starts with some dives to the outside. Evans is bouncing around, taking Braun Breaker out, jumping over the barricade in the Timekeeper's area. Braun hits the super spear while Theory holds him. The Vision wins. And, of course, they attack Evans after the match, and the Alpha Academy comes out because, you know.
Is there this like waddle run to the ring?
I don't know if they're planning a title match for SummerSlam. I assume like they're next in line for a title match, but when they announced on Raw that they were having a match next week, it wasn't for the titles. So I don't know if it's just like, yeah, this is just like a match, but they're going to have the title match at SummerSlam, or no, they're just having a match and it isn't about the titles. It's because Otis was in love with Maxine and got slapped in the face and they kicked in the balls for it.
I mean, he probably liked it. That was the closest he was going to get to anything with it.
It's true. So The Alpha Academy Clearhouse and Otis is slapped by Maxine, which, like you said, he probably enjoyed it. Alpha Academy is looking to put Theory through the commentary table, but Breaker runs from the other side of the ring with a spear. They take out Tozawa, which didn't take too long. Breaker hits a super spear on Otis while Maxine sits on the top rope watching. And yeah, that was the opening match segment. Few things. Is Maxine just gonna insert herself every time she sees Otis?
Probably, yeah. Or any man, I would imagine, even.
I saw a clip of them at the live event where she was just blowing kisses at him when he
That's
had,
crazy.
I think, Joe Hendry or something in a headlock, and it was just laughing about it. But yeah, married woman Crazy went on the Nikki and Bree show and basically said that Austin Theory is a good kisser, and told Nikki that she can't have him because Austin Theory's hers, even though she's a married woman.
She's like, you can't cheat on your husband. Sorry.
So someone should tell Dom.
That's fair.
Guess that means Liv's fair game. I don't know.
I thought Liv also had someone.
I believe she's dating somebody. She was dating Bo Dallas for a while, actually.
He is a very unattractive man.
Yeah, when she got pulled over for that marijuana thing, she actually called him on the phone, and they were actually like talking like a couple. So it led people to believe that they were together.
He very much.
And why else would you call this guy late at night if he's not your significant other? I'm just saying.
He looks like Bray Wyatt if he had an extra chromosome.
Yeah, he does have the Bray Wyatt like face, but he doesn't give off Bray Wyatt vibes. He gives off Brianna Wyatt vibes.
I can't.
I'm sorry, bad joke. Anyway, Danhausen comes to the ring with a big suitcase because Danhausen's on Raw now, I guess. He says the Judgment Day wants their human monies back, but that's a problem. He doesn't want the Judgment Day to have it, and he wants to give it to the Fanhausens because they paid money and I guess deserve it back.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day come out, and he's like, nah, I'm not giving this back to you. So he curses them, and then they attack him. So Liv Morgan's been cursed like 3 times now, because she was cursed on the kickoff show, I think, for SummerSlam. JD's been cursed like 3 times, and Dom's been cursed twice. So
It's like if he gets to you the 5th time, you just die.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, how many times before you just like, that's it, So they don't like that. They attack him. Joe Hendry runs down and takes them out, but Liv grabs the suitcase with the money and they retreat. They're celebrating backstage, and Pierce says he's sick of this money stuff. JD opens it, and it's not even real money. It's just got Danhausen's face on it.
It's a bunch of human monies.
I mean, that is... he said it was human monies. He didn't say it was actual money. So, okay. They need to learn not everything is what it seems. So, after JD opens it and says it's not real, he throws it, and Liv and Dom are like, hey, JD, hey. And he turns around and he sees Obafemi holding the suitcase. JD says it's Danhausen's bag, but Danhausen's like, nah, JD threw that. It wasn't me. Oba says, I should kill you for this, so Pierce makes the match between them two. And Dom's like, nah, this isn't fair, man. So Pierce says tonight he's going to fight Joe Hendry. So, Dom, this is proof that even if your friends mess up, just, I guess, don't say anything if your boss hates you. Because your boss hates you, he's going to put you somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Nonetheless, JD and Dom are on the ramp and they're getting yelled at by Pierce to get in the ring. Hendry and Danhausen run out, throw them in the ring. Oba takes them out, throws Dom out, destroys JD, and the time it took me to wrote this, and ends it with a fall from grace. Yeah. So Obafemi just running in there, destroying. Oh, what do you think is gonna happen when he gets in that cage with Brock?
I think he's probably going to win.
You think he's gonna beat Brock?
Yeah.
Makes the most sense, right? Because Brock's probably retiring. But I mean, Minnesota, I guess, where he's from, is probably the best place to do that. So it makes the most sense.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I think that because he let, Obafemi basically get like the upper hand on him all these times, it's obviously someone he respects and probably like a handpicked, like, yeah, this guy's going to retire me because I'm Brock Lesnar and I can pick that. But yeah, I think that I don't know, I'm very hyped for the match because I know it's going to be good because it's just going to be two powerhouses just going at it, and it's going to be good. I'm gonna enjoy this, but
I'm curious.
Not for a couple more weeks.
The other match.
Yeah, I know their first match at Mania was good. Yeah, the second one was good, and then I mean, I'm hoping that they're not just like, oh, well, this one's gonna be in a cage, so it's automatically gonna be better. No, we need something.
Especially in the ring, because they did a cool spot with like the Kimura.
Right. Brock bringing back the Kimura and Obafemi not really ever doing submissions, so I feel like if you don't do submissions, you tend to have like a harder time breaking out of them because you don't know like the ins and outs of how to like get out of that and then lock one in so that you can get back to your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you have to tighten up those skills on getting out of submissions.
Right.
But Solo Sikoa comes down to the ring through the timekeepers area and he calls out Seth Rollins. And I was confused about this because I'm like, well, they turning Solo face. What's going on here? But Seth comes down to the ring and says, since you're on my show, what can I do for you? And he puts his hand up. He says, whoa, are we talking or are we fighting? And Solo says, I'm here to talk. Tells them that Seth versus the Bloodline, it's 4-on-1, and he was part of it, so he knows how these things work. He tells Seth he can watch his back at SummerSlam. So they're basically doing a greatest hits thing here, right? Because it's like, oh, Seth helped Cody, let me help Seth because Seth's good guy, Cody thing, right? Makes sense, right? Seth tells him he's right about a lot of things, and he tells Solo, let me think about it, and he goes to walk away, but Solo's like, no, nope. He says, there's nothing to think about. It's just like what you did for Cody, I can do for you.
Which is kind of true.
And then Fatu, it's true. Fatu comes down to the ring, and Solo's like, deuces, I'm out. I'm not going back to that family, so see you later. Seth hits him with a super kick when he turns around as he was yelling outside the ring as Solo was exiting through the timekeepers area. So Seth just randomly attacking members of the Bloodline. Is it just going to be like an Undertaker thing, or he just picks one of them off one at a time?
I mean, that would be interesting. Definitely wouldn't start with Fatu.
Definitely wouldn't. Probably would hate to say it myself, but probably Jimmy. Just because, I don't know, Jimmy's just...
It's not main event, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Jimmy, then Jay, and then, I don't know, grab some friends, then go to Fatu. Like, Fatu's a big boy. I want to do it. So after this, we get Ethan Page and Rusev versus Chad Gable and Penta. Unpopular opinion, I like the Ethan Page and Rusev team. I don't like them as I don't like them as I cheer for them. I just like the team. I think they work well together.
Nah, he cheers for them. He has Rusev undies on right now as we speak.
I don't have a Russo Day shirt. I was not on the bandwagon at the time, but um, no, I enjoyed the team. I don't think that I don't think they're bad. I think they're pretty good.
They're definitely better
So
as a team than they were just being solo.
I would say so. I think that I don't think that Ethan Page solo was ever good, and I don't think that Rusev solo was that good either. Um, so this match was interesting because Chad Gable and Penta are fighting at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title. In case you didn't know.
Oh, and speaking of Penta,
But
you saw how that dumbass Neon got banned for accidentally showing his face?
yeah, I saw that. Didn't they sue him too?
Yeah, I think so.
I saw something about that, and I was like, "That's wild that they did that. They did all that. Crazy, crazy work." So yeah, just don't expose secrets, and nothing will happen to you. Yes.
Like here, guess
Moral of
behind
the
the
story.
stage.
You're right. You're right. Just moral of the story: just don't do it. So Gable gets out of the accolade, and he has Rusev in the ankle lock, and Penta jumps off his back as he was kind of down on his knees, looked like a little poetry in motion, and he hit the Mexican Destroyer on Page. And I gotta say that spot was pretty damn cool. Match of the night? Probably not. Moment of the night? Probably.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I rewatched it a couple times. I just thought it was good. I liked it.
There's a few pretty good ones.
So after that, Rusev taps out and they get the win. Rollins is telling Fatu backstage to hit him, and then he says, "Oh, you can't, can you? Because you're under strict orders not to lay a finger on me." And you know what? Emotional damage, Seth, because you're basically telling a caged wild animal you can't do anything because your boy told you not to.
Definitely.
And I kind of like that because it's like, well, I know he's not going to hit me because he's not allowed to because of his, his family. So I'm just going to sit here and antagonize him.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised he didn't make that rule.
Right? Like, why would he do that? Like, does he not want to win? I don't know. Rollins says, "When I win at SummerSlam, do I get his title and his bag boy?" And like I said, emotional damage because Rollins is just going in on Fatu. Fatu tells him if there's anything left of him after SummerSlam, he's going to beat his ass. And Seth Rollins just laughs and walks away. So Seth Rollins clearly think he got the one over on the Bloodline, which he did. I'm not going to lie. He definitely did. But I like the angle that they're going with. Like, is he just going to, slowly insult every member of the Samoan family until he gets to Roman Reigns?
Yes.
I'm for it. I'm totally for it.
Exactly that.
Dominic Mysterio versus Joe Hendry starts. And before I get into this, they did announce that next week on Raw, we're getting Danhausen and Joe Hendry in a concert next week. And I am excited. Yes, because it's going to be very interesting. Is Danhausen gonna sing, or is he just gonna dance?
He just sings
I don't know.
a theme song to him.
He might just say he's very nice, very evil, and that's the end of it. I don't know. But I'm excited. So a little bit into the match, Liv Morgan gets involved, throwing Joe Hendry into the ring post. Yes. So at that point, Danhausen decides to walk down and is about to curse her, but she punches him, so he's like, all right, screw this, and he leaves. He comes back out with
I regret everything.
Right, he's just like, you know what? I don't have time for this shit. He comes back out with the housing mobile with Io Sky
And they're like
because
pointing at themselves the entire time.
right, driving. Io jumps down, attacks Liv, taking her down, which distracts the ref. Danhausen slides in, hits the triple D or the Danhausen death drop on Dom, and Hendry gets the win off that. So it's not the Scorpion death drop anymore. It's the Danhausen death drop. Remember that.
What if you want both?
What if you wanted to what?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say you just have to call it that now. It's the triple D if you want to just. That's what Mike Cole came up with. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, what is
I
the
would-
triple D?
Danhausen death drop.
Okay.
Makes sense, right?
Because I was thinking he was combining the DDT somehow into it, but
No, I think they just said, you know what, fuck Sting because he left. So Scorpion death drop. Nope, Danhausen death drop.
I'm like, Danhausen, dead drop, Danhausen. Like, nope, they just actually took it.
They literally they didn't even try to come up with a clever name. They just changed Scorpion to Danhausen. That's it. Main event of the show starts. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. The match they were promoting literally the entire night.
They really are just glazing the Bloodline storyline.
They really are. They're gonna keep this up probably till Roman Reigns retires. And I heard him say he's got 3 more years left on his contract and then he's done. So
We could only
if we have to deal with this,
3.
yeah, I'm just saying if we have to deal with this for another 3 years, just shoot me because I can't. I don't like OTC. Don't like Roman Reigns. I don't like this crap.
It's just like last time. I like everything around him, but about him.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything are the people around him are fine, and everything about it, but him is just. I just can't. And I get it was a successful storyline. They're trying to rebuild it. You know, they've been having this storyline around getting Solo Sikoa and bringing him back to the family. And you know what? Maybe Seth. It'll be like a Fatu thing. Maybe Solo will challenge him and he'll lose, and then he'll have to join the family. And I don't know. Maybe he'll destroy it from the inside out, like I thought Jacob was gonna do. But Jacob's just nope. He's a loyal, obedient dog.
I feel like at some point they are leading to that. I'm not sure when.
I hope it's soon because I don't even want Roman to be champion. So anyway, LA Knight decides to grab a mic before the match starts, and he says he's confused why Solo was out here offering to help Rollins. And
'cause,
I think we're all a little
Roman-
confused. LA, I think that we're all just scratching our heads trying to figure out what's going on. He says Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins makes him sick because I'm guessing because last week he said, people walk in here and get a title match and that's it. That's basically what Seth Rollins did.
Yep. And
He
Sammy
lost
was saying the same shit.
Right. He lost King of the Ring and in the first round and then just came out and was just like, yep, you, me, SummerSlam. Let's do it.
He said, I took a dive.
Right. Took a dive for you, and the guy that won it doesn't want his title match because, in Paul Heyman's words, he's obsessed with Brock Lesnar, so it's going to be you and me, Roman, okay?
I wonder what they'll do with Oba after that, though. If they're just going to go straight to Roman.
I don't know, but I wonder if they thought that Oba Femi and Roman Reigns wouldn't be a big money draw?
Maybe not at first, but I can see it now.
I don't know. Maybe they did they always have this plan? Was Oba supposed to win? I mean, at this point, if they're gonna do it this way, It kind of made more sense for Jimmy Uso to win, but then we also wouldn't have had CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. So
This is true.
I don't know. The direction they went, I guess, was kind of right, as fucked up as it was.
But definitely.
Yeah, I don't see the draw in Roman Reigns though. Like when they were chanting OTC, like
I love that he was like, yeah, you guys cheer him because he conned you, and I'm like, yes, he did.
right,
Literally, all it took was Paul Heyman to teach you like that he's good, and then you're like, oh yeah, he's good. Paul Heyman told me so.
It's like he came out here year after year, and you booed him out of the building year after year until he figured something out. And then Knight's basically like, I'm everything Roman wants to be,
Which is true.
but
like,
it is true. He wants the admiration. He wants the crowd to like him, and he's showing up more and doing all this company stuff. Like Roman Reigns was supposed to show up the entire summer, and he failed that in the first month.
Yeah, it kind of hurts more too because they had him go out in public and be like, I'm going to be here all the time.
Yeah. And I don't care if you're there. If you're not there to fight, why are you there? Like, and you could argue the same thing, be like, oh, Seth Rollins not been fighting. Okay, but here's the thing. They're protecting them because this is such a big match. They don't want anyone being injured. But if it was anybody else, they'd be out there every week wrestling.
This is true.
You don't just show up and then talk. You're not Brock Lesnar, bro. Okay? That's just fact. You don't get to just show up, talk, and leave. We expect that from Brock Lesnar. I don't expect that from somebody who's a champion, who's the OTC, who's this big guy and everybody likes. I don't expect that from him.
Yeah, he should be like a locker room leader.
What'd you say?
I said he should be more like a locker room leader.
Exactly. But I mean, as much as I don't like it that Seth's not fighting, at least he's there every week. Anyway, he says it's a bridge too far to help a cross-eyed half-wit like Seth Rollins.
Right.
LA's words, not mine. He says we need to destroy the Bloodline so it won't even be a factor that night. And that's a good point. You beat the Bloodline so bad that Solo doesn't even need to worry about helping Rollins because they won't be able to physically.
This is true, but fuck it. They probably still come out and just do everything they can.
I guess. And I don't know, like take Solo and I don't know, someone else maybe get some backup.
Just actually chain them backstage. Just get handcuffs.
You could do that. You could pull like a steel cage match that happened when Vince McMahon ran the place. There was handcuffs all the time.
We must just chop their hands off so they can't fight back. That's clearly the only answer. Find them and chop their hands off.
Yeah, absolutely. Just get a saw and that's it. Just done.
Bro, just see Fatu putting the tongue death grip, but with nubs.
All right, just. They said that they leave here crawling or crying on their ass, and it's a fact of life. They says Fatu goes around here shaking, and he'll smack him back to factory settings. And
that's just hilarious.
And Fatu comes, he comes down the ring for his match. He does, yeah. He comes down there and he's doing this weird dance and everything, and maybe he thought a slap would maybe reset whatever got so messed up. But after a superplex by LA, Jimmy Uso decides to come down to ringside. Solo attacks Jimmy from the Timekeepers area. He went for a Samoan spike after that, right? But why didn't he just do the spike like he always did and just do it from the Timekeepers area?
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why the fuck did he just hit him?
Right. Like, why tonight did he decide, let me do things different tonight? Like, why? Just do it. Because you got a suicide dive from Fatu and you didn't even get to hit it because of that.
Right.
Okay. So LA Knight hits BFT and had the match won, but Jimmy Uso distracts the referee. Keys pulls him off the apron. Yeah, Keys came out. Where's Keys? Pulls him off the apron and throws him over the table. And for some reason, Jey Uso is the only one who gets music.
Yeah, right.
Why? And he comes from the crowd and takes down Royce Keys. LA Knight takes out Jey Uso, but Fatu is able to hit the moonsault and picks up the victory. But right after that, Solo attacks Jacob, and the Usos take care of him. And then Royce Keys takes out the Usos, but Fatu attacks him. They're able to hit a 1D or a 3D, as Michael Cole called it, on Royce Keys, because apparently they look like the Dudley Boys, which they don't, but whatever.
You mean
LA
one's
Knight
not
attacks
white and one's not black and 300 pounds?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Oh.
One is,
Oh,
one is.
I thought he was right.
Yeah, that's. And plus, they didn't do it through a table, so there's that too. LA Knight attacks Jacob, but a Tonga death grip and a hip attack from Jay put him down. Usos splash on LA Knight, and they stand tall with the ones up to end the show. So a lot to unpack in that last match, trying to build up a 6-man tag during a one-on-one match. Jey Uso returning from his cheating scandal.
Oh.
And
You said Jey Uso
Jacob.
cheating?
Yeah, remember he did that thing with Jada Parker?
Oh, right. Wasn't he with Naomi?
No,
Was that Jimmy?
Jimmy's married to Naomi.
Okay,
Yeah, no, he was.
I forget. Twins and shit.
Yeah, he was married to some other girl.
They're not the
I
same.
think it was
people.
like for like. He was married to the other girl for, was it 20 years? I think, and
Yeah,
someone saw them in public and took a picture, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my girl," and everybody was like, "Whoa!" So, yeah, he fucked that up. He fucked up that relationship.
Super crazy way to do it.
It's wild that he did that. I don't even know what he was thinking. Like, to end a marriage over a comment because, like, maybe you just weren't thinking, or maybe you actually meant that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't work for the court. I don't know if they've even been to court. I have no idea.
Right.
But what would you give the show rating for Raw for tonight?
I want to say like at least a 7.5. Maybe some things could have been better, like less ads, so that you could have fit
Right.
in. But other than that,
It was pretty fair. Like it wasn't a bad show. It was just about average, but better than Saturday night's main event. Not gonna lie.
it was. See, they had many Danhausens attacking Liv, so like that kind of boosts some of it.
They did, but I don't know. For me, maybe it's because I'm not an NBA fan, really, but just the abundance of
That's
basketball
true.
players.
That basically ruined it for me.
Just, yeah, it was just very confusing.
I was like, what the fuck
And
are these
maybe
losers
you
doing?
are a basketball fan and you were like, "Oh, Saturday night's main event was great," and that's why. But hey, look at it from somebody who doesn't watch basketball, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I could see why you didn't enjoy that."
It's also just
because-
low-hanging fruit, bro. They're just using celebrities for the lowest possible hanging fruit to get more fans to watch.
TKO is literally celebrity central. They just want to get as many celebrities as they can on a show and like call it a day. And it's not all bad, right? Like the little Yachty stuff isn't really that bad to me. But when you're bringing in people that don't have a purpose, or their only purpose is that night, it just doesn't make sense.
And it's
Like,
all the time now. It'd be one thing if it was like every once a year. We shit would
Right.
happen.
and to end the show with the Roman Reigns segment with the trophy, like what? But what? Like, why would you do that? Just at that point, just have it kick off the show, because that tag team match was way more entertaining than what we got.
Right.
But digress. But yeah, I think that 7.5, 8, I think is a pretty fair rating. Average show. We did get a lot of people, like, we haven't seen Javon Evan, Dragon Lee, Penta in a while, so I did enjoy seeing them on TV again. Chad Gable, like, holding the Intercontinental title before handing it to Penta, like, looking at it like, I need this. I've never had a singles title. All that stuff, made it good. But like you said, maybe some different matches, better build, less ads could have definitely boosted it up. But overall, happy with the show that we did get.
Right. Definitely.
But if there's nothing else,
I believe that should be it. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.